Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a story time. I have not done one in at least a year, so I'm like, Lord, can I remember how to even do my story times? How do I use the format? I don't remember, but we are here nonetheless for my own personal love after lockup story time. Yes, Glunt Honey Jesus, I'm going to try to get through this without either crying, laughing, or feeling like a whole fool. But again, it was a long time ago, so it's fine. Don't judge me, judge your mom and your daddy. Anyway, do not forget, and I'm not on StreamYard, so you're going to hear more clicks because StreamYard's acting stupid today. But I want you to make sure, well, my right here, but make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. I want you to also remember to subscribe to my other channel, okay, with the JLeesCorner Talk. Do not forget to subscribe to that too. That is my backup channel that I am using to build up, okay, my viewership. I want to get it monetized, so go ahead and subscribe, watch the videos, and all that goodness and stuff, okay. Now, other than that, wait, I'm trying to get everything together over here. Do not forget to like the video, comment in the comment section, share this video on your social media. Also remember to relax, to relate, to release, center yourself and everyone around you, especially when you have recorded this video 5 times and each time it kept pausing because StreamYard. Anyway, you know, inhale and exhale to stay calm, cool, and collected, okay? I'm gonna try my best to do all of that, but y'all know to also follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner on IG. It is just JLeesCorner on Twitter. Y'all know to like the video and subscribe, okay? So on to my own little love after lockup story. Now look, okay, this is when I was in my early 20s, okay. I do not want anyone thinking I'm over here acting crazy or whatever with foolish things going on in my 30s. No ma'am, okay. So I was dating y'all. Well, those of you who have been following me for the longest, when I first started, and I was doing story times, I talked about the bad guy. Okay, and the bad guy was an ex. I dated him from when I was 17 until I was around 25. We finally finished talking or whatever, and I met him. I was a senior in high school. I was 17, he was 19, and you know, he was friends with a girl I knew, and they stayed across the street from each other. Boom, that's who that bad guy is. And so he the reason we call him the bad guy is because, I mean, at that point in time back in the day, he was so young, you know what I'm saying? He was in the streets or whatever, but he was a nice-ish guy, but also a very, very bad guy too. He's my bad guy, okay, in life or whatever. So we were dating, talking, kicking it, a crazy relationship or whatever, and around 2002, I believe it was, he ended up getting arrested. So at that point, we had been talking for at least a year. But it was not a good relationship. There was cheating, there was, you know, physical abuse, there was all these bad things that you think at, you know, 17, 18, 19 is so cute because, oh my God, he cared. It was like, girl, no, he ain't nothing. But, he had got arrested a few times before when he got arrested in 2002. And each time it was something like a little petty drug thing, a little petty something or whatever. And we would always like get off. And then this one time he was arrested. Now this is the thing. He was really charged with murder. However, he got found not guilty of that, but he was found guilty of having a gun. And here in Michigan, it's a 2-year minimum sentence. It's a 2-year minimum, 2 years. Yeah, he got 2 years. Okay, so I did the whole 2 years with him. Okay, while he was locked up here in Michigan, I was with his girlfriend. This is the funny thing. Before he went to jail, I mean, we was good, but we wasn't good, okay? And when he went to jail, we got really good. Because they talk really good prison talk. So he talked really good prison talk. But again, he was not a stranger, okay? I'm not the kind of love I like where I didn't meet him when he was in jail. I met him way before that, had talked to him way before that. We had a relationship. Okay, we was relating. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Way before that or whatever. Knew his family, all these things will always be at his house, all these things. He's the guy who actually got me smoking cigarettes, okay? The bad guy. Because I was trying to impress him and he smoked cigarettes, smoked Newport shorts in a box. And because I smoked cigarettes for 10 years when I met him. So anyway, he's a bad guy. But when he got arrested this third time, but in the third time he got the little 2 years, that's my man. And I'm sick beside him, okay? So, look. Okay, he was look, this is an old picture, which is why it's ripped or whatever. And I covered his face because I don't talk to him anymore, and I would not want to put his face out to the public. I'm saying he didn't want me to. So I covered his face up with a meme emoji. But yes, Jaylee was that's my man. And I'm sick beside him. That's who I was then, okay? Again, this had to be between 2001 and like 2003 when all this happened, because I had already graduated from high school. And so it was after all of that or whatever. But again, this is young Jaylee with the braids. Okay. Yes, I was smaller back then, but I've always been a big girl. But yeah, look, ain't this foolish? This all up and through dating somebody in prison, girl, bye. Anyway, so he got sentenced to 2 years. We were still talking. I would put money on his books. Now, he was sent to a prison that was not close to where we were in Detroit. So for the first year, I didn't see him because he was too far away. Because I didn't have a car back then or whatever. I'm not driving to the prison. So we would just talk over the phone, and we would talk, via mail. And he was so nice. Okay, I'm in prison, girl. All the things I've done, all the wrong I've done, all the mistakes I've made, I will never, ever again. I've learned so much. I don't ever want to come back to prison. All the things they say to you, he said to me, which is why when I watch Lockup, I'm like, girl, he's feeding you lines. Okay, I got fed in lines, damn it, 20 years ago. Okay, because again, I couldn't have been more than 21. I probably wasn't even 21 yet. I don't remember. It's so long ago. I feel like it was in 2002, because when he was gone for those 2 years, that's when I kind of had like my whole phase. Not a real whole phase, but like I was talking to guys, even though I had a boyfriend in prison. And he was like prison. And that's where I met the officer. I met so many people that I know now at that point in time. But he was locked up, and it was that prison talk. It was that, I love you. When I get out, we're going to get married. We had planned to get married while he was in prison. Okay, he had ordered his prison clothes for the thing. He had talked to the official. It was all these. We had a whole plan. Girl, you was stupid. Can't stand your ass. Anyway, so that was what happened then. So they then moved him to a prison closer to where I stayed. They literally moved him to a prison that was like 3 blocks from my house. Okay, I could walk to the prison because we had a big huge prison then. It was called the Mound Prison, because it was on Mound Street. So I was able to see him the last year he was locked up, and I would go visit him every week. I would walk down the street. If it was cold outside, I would take a cab, because again, I didn't drive back then. And he was I love you, girl. You're gonna be the best, girl. And it was just foolishness. Okay, just foolishness. And he proposed. Okay, I went and bought a ring because I did not want to be bare fingered. I'm saying, I was like, hey, girl, stupidness. You were just so stupid. And again, this is 21, maybe 22-year-old Jaylee. Anyway, I may have been 19. Was I 19? Girl, how old was you? I turned 18 in 2000. So, yeah, it's probably like around 2002. Yes, it's around 2002. So I have to think of it in my head. Anyway, when he was at the new prison near my house, I would see him more and more and more and more. But I'm like, why can I only come visit you on certain days? To this day, I feel like he had other people visiting, but he probably did, but he ain't let me know. But I kept saying, why can't I come every day? But, then you only got so many days of visits. So he also had, his mom. And at that point in time, he had 2 kids. Now he has 7. Honey, a lot of children. Anyway, but was stuck beside her for 2 years in prison. We're going to be together. We're going to be happy. Oh, yes, happy, happy, happy. He then got out of prison. Went back home to his mama's house. Okay, well, I will always be over there. His mama to this day, she loves me too. But again, he, got out to his mama's house and he was on tether. So again, like the people in the prison, you can't go nowhere. You only go to the porch. That's it. And his room was all the way upstairs. And because the box for the tether was downstairs in the living room, sometimes he could not sleep upstairs. He would sleep on the couch in the living room. And it was cool at first. We was still in love, still happy or whatever. But slowly but surely, the bullshit ensued more and more and more. And we have a place here called a rent center where you rent furniture to I rented him a TV, a nice big old TV. Girl, no ma'am. He just became an asshole more and more and more. So you have to realize, even though I knew him before, even though we had a rocky relationship before, I did love him, but it was young, stupid love. But I did 2 whole years with him in prison. Yes, I cheated. But I felt like, because when we would have fights when he was locked up, and I'm like, I'm not going to be, fully committed to this motherfucker. And he's like, he's being me. No, I'm going to go out and have fun. So, yeah, whatever. But I'm like, he also cheated on me before, so like, it doesn't really matter. But again, young, stupid shit is what happened in my love after lockup situation. And at one point, he was like, this is the stupidity of it all. Because we see the women and the men too, putting up money and doing all these stupid things for people. But these are grown adults who we see. I was like 20 years old. Okay, and my mama and my dad at the time was like, you was stupid. What are you doing? And some stuff I don't think they even knew that I was putting up or whatever, but it was like, girl, but I was an adult, so what can they do? Anyway, but at one point, because I was working, he wasn't, and he wanted to like buy some stuff to sell to people, you know what I'm saying? And so I went and got a cash advance loan of like a couple $1,000 and gave it to him to flip. That's how stupid I was. To this day, he paid me back the money, but the things I had to, it was a fussing and a fighting that we went through that I had to endure to get the money back, because we then broke up because I was upset that he did not give me the money back to pay back the loan that they would then come and garnish my check for, bitch. Okay, and I'm like, how dare you? What? I don't care if you couldn't sell it. Get my money back. And so that was a whole fight. And then he just felt like, because he was free now, so he didn't need me like that. He loved me, yes, but he didn't need me, whatever. And he was just an asshole. And we got into a big fight or whatever. And I had went to the house and took the TV back that I had at Rent Center, because I'm like, you can't watch the TV I paid for or whatever. So again, it was just like stupidity. And so for me, it's weird to see people going through this as adults. Something I went through as a 20-year-old kid, back in 20 years, well, almost 20 years ago. I'm 39 right now, but so long ago. I'm like, people are dumb, but I was dumb too. I was a whole fool. In love. Okay. And he was, why do I love him so much? I don't know. But you have young love. So I can't be an old fool. I can't do that. So when I watch the show of Love After Lockup, I don't get how they're grown adults believing the bullshit of someone when you what's done. Back then, I was just so young and naive. And plus, again, I knew him beforehand. So was I stigmatized? No, I don't think I was, because I don't think, No, I wasn't. Sex was good though, but it wasn't that. But again, I would never ever date someone in prison. I would never. If I'm with somebody and you go to jail, we have to have a whole solidified bond relationship that is on the best of the best levels for me to even entertain wanting to wait for you to get out of prison. Because I waited 2 years. These motherfuckers, they waiting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. Not on my watch. No, not me. And y'all doing that for strangers. Okay, I did it for someone who I was in love with before he went to jail. But when he got out of jail, all the lies he told, I'm going to be so good to you. I'm going to marry you. We're going to be together. It's like none of that happened. We made it maybe 4 months from when he got out of jail. And I was like, I waited the whole 2 years. I had fun those 2 years, though. I really, really did. But the turmoil that happened after, which y'all know some of that, I've said are the things that happened between me and him that was crazy. Him coming at me with a baseball bat, him, trying to, foolishness ensuing. And sometimes when God sends people to prison to be away from you, let them go. Let him. God was trying to get him out of my life, and I ain't listen. Okay, I listened eventually, but it took me from 17 to 25 to fully get the bad guy out my system. Okay, and honey, thank God. Okay. Anyway, that's all. So I was a fool too. I was a love at the lockup fool. Okay, but I was 20, not 30 or 39. Or 40, or as old as these fools is on the TV show, this being plumb dumb for strangers. Okay, I was a fool for someone I knew. Don't be a fool for strangers. Don't be a fool at all. Don't be a fool at all. But if you have to be a fool, at least be a fool for someone you know. Because at that point, it's not as if you were surprised. Because you knew them. Anyway, I'll let that be. So, that was my whole little love after lockup story. I will talk to y'all later. If you have other questions or other story times you may want to hear, put it in the comment section below. Gotta go. Peace.